what point then do you feel confident to get on the podium and start rehearsing the group?
Well, when I have to go. And I don't mean to be facetious, but the truth is, if I have to rehearse tomorrow, I need to be confident tomorrow. And sometimes I've had more time to study than others, though I'm never caught unaware. I can't be. I can't be. So as much as I can, I plan as far ahead as I can. My job is to be prepared. My primary job is to be prepared. And then when it's time to go, it's time to go. And you can't like have a foot on the gas and, well, I'm sorry if I had only had another week. Oh, no, nobody wants to see that.
So when do you study? When do you do that?
Late at night by candlelight.
Right now, when you don't have as many responsibilities as you do during the semester, it's a good time to front load your study time.
Winter break is the best.
I tell you, it's I find it very difficult to study in the process, and that summer, especially with music that you've never dealt with before, summer is the time that you can do concentrated work. It doesn't mean not to study, but I think it's a different kind of study throughout the year. But the summer is where, for me anyway, is where the in-depth stuff happens.
You gotta have a whole year's worth of music prepared.
Everybody does, because everybody wants to know what you're going to play, in 2 years from now.
Right.
So it's a little bit different situation. I mean, everybody's got a different situation, but people that are in these jobs, it's the PR people, they want to push the calendar and they want to, so we do know that we're forced into it. But when it's better now, but this is kind of leading into the job talk here, but when you are in those of you who are going to teach at the collegiate level, when you're in your first jobs as college band directors, there's not a lot of time to do anything except your job, because it is intense. Because you could be doing a myriad of things and reporting to a whole lot of different people that have some kind of evaluation on you, and so you're running constantly. It's very, very difficult to have time to, and everybody can say, well, you just have to carve out the time. Well, I tell you, it's easy to say that, and a different thing to do that when the job expectations are so high on you to succeed. So you have to find the time that's outside of the job, because you do have to study. You have to do it, or you will not be successful. And if you are having success by not studying, it will only last you up to a certain point, because it's a bit of a fraud.
Absolutely.
You can only rest on your natural talent for so long without practicing. And then it runs out.
On that PR piece, say you had an opportunity to do a recording project, and I wanted to ask this, but for both of you, a recording project, and possibly live performance, most likely live performance, and you have an opportunity to put X number of charts on the recording. Do you let something be pressed with errors in it?
Never.
One error and
Well, that's the job of the producer.
But you're acting as producer for this.
No, I'm not acting.
I mean, hypothetically, you're the producer for this. You're getting ready to press.
So there's nobody in the booth listening.
Well, there is, but it's your call.
No. I'm talking about the process of recording. However much time you have to record something, the producer is the one that manages your time and says, okay, we've got it. We've got it. And if the producer says you have it, then you have to pick from the takes that you have, and you pick the best that you can. Now, if there's a flagrant error, and I've had a few heart-stopping moments in the editors, in editing where I'm like, holy crap, do we have this? Do we have this without clam? And then finally, usually in the first take, the bed take, you go back and there's one, thank God, there's that bar. But it's the producer's job in the recording process to make sure you get it. But rank with errors, no.
And even if you put out something that's live.
That's a different thing.
Yeah, but even still, I'm not sure, you have to be careful. Because a lot of people don't read that. You have to be extremely careful about what goes out. Because there's a lot of bad out there. There's a lot, and you get just lumped into that. I haven't done a recording this process yet, because frankly, I'm scared to death of it. It's tedious, and do you ever get? And there are a lot of people like that.
Do you want that value of historically, this is where this band was at this time?
But that's a question also, because in the recording process, there's, depending upon the group, there's so much editing that is that really a representative performance of a piece? How many times have you gone to a performance where you've actually got a performance like you did on a recording? And whether you have 10 edits or you have 120 edits for a 10 or 5 minute selection, that's a debate. I mean, when you have the chance to fix it, you want to, but historically, and that's a great question, I think, from sitting in the editor's booth saying, let's get it right, does that really represent who we are and what we are as a performing house?
I guess how do you maintain a human quality? I think that's something that's always scared me about the whole process. It's like, because I've been in recording sessions before, maybe not one ensemble, but all kinds of ones where the engineer will say, okay, play that, bah, and you go, and then you just cut and paste with our lovely new world of technology. I mean, but how do you maintain a human quality in, I guess,
Well, you can't put something into a recording that you haven't played.
Yeah.
And if you try to play every take, and this is where this is the exhausting part, is as the conductor, for me, every take is, this is the one. This is the one. I'm going all out with this. And let's do it. This is the one. You sound great. This is the one. Okay, this is the one. This is the one. And 6 hours later, this is the one. And you can't put music into a take that didn't have music played in it. And I'll tell you, as much as I dread the recording process, that's partly what I love about it, is come on, this is the one. You can't phone this in because this might be the one. And what a great discipline and opportunity for them and for me. Come on, suck it up. This is the one. Dig down deep and let's produce. This is the one. Ugh, I'm getting sick to my stomach. Just thinking about it.
You're talking about carving out time. I felt like in my earlier years I had all that time, and then I became a parent. How do you find that off switch where you go from band director to parent? For me, that was a real reality.
I will tell you, and I've really tried to work at this, especially the last 5 years. When I go home, I try not to do work. And I don't always achieve that. But I try not to talk about work. At least not the first thing that comes out of your mouth when I get home. My wife's a professor here at MSU too, so we do talk about school things because it's interesting, and we live in kind of two different worlds. But the focus on the kids has got to be the thing for me, because I don't want to miss anything.
Right.
So, but it's these jobs are extremely demanding and they require a lot of your time. We're just so happy that we live in the same town now. We didn't do that for about 5 years, and so it was. We never felt connected like that. So we're really enjoying this time, and the fact that I can go home for dinner and come back to a recital. I still have 2 or 3 hours with the kids. So that's real important. That we band directors, we take our jobs, conductors, we take our jobs so seriously. great. And we want to do the very best we can. That if you look back at the profession and kind of see if you look at the families, with a lot of people that have like, it's not so pleasant sometimes. And because a lot of people, and it's not just band, there are a lot of people that are driven like that, that a lot of times that things just get, there's not as much care taken as there probably should have been. And so, again, I've had some really great role models that I felt like have really tried to keep that very focused, and that at least their families are involved in their career, and that it's something that we do together, and hopefully it doesn't drive the boat all the time, but you have to be very careful about all of that.
Can I comment too, even though I'm not a parent? You know, I think that, how many of us are not parents? Yeah,
I
think that, you know, we all have to find ways of balance, and we're all pulled in different directions. Whether it can be by a spouse or a partner, or by friends, or by, if you have elderly parents, there are all kinds of things that can pull us. And I think that trying to find a way to maintain relationships and to feed ourselves in some way, whether it's with formal families or with, you know, friendly families, you know, people that want to be with us just because of who we are, not because of what we do. So we're reminded of that as well. I think that's really really important. And however difficult this may be for us, I think of my good friend Gail Williams, who is off, you know, playing with the St. Louis Symphony this weekend, and playing a concerto here or there the other weekend, going to Indiana and doing a recital and a master class, teaching 16 students and conducting the brass ensemble. And you know, if she has to practice. She has to practice. And sometimes she'll call on her way home at 10:30 at night and be a little cranky. I'm going home. This is my first chance to practice all day. So she's going to go home and watch a basketball game on TV and practice. Because I have to practice. And performers are always practicing the opposite of the music that they have to perform. So if she's doing a lot of bam, 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 she's practicing Mozart and practicing other things, just to keep some sort of balance. So I think that whatever we have to do is really, it's probably not even as hard as what they have to do. Because I mean, there's no doubt when they're the guy making the sound, or they're the guy playing the concerto. And I just remember that and think, you know, sometimes you gotta, everybody's different. You said that you don't like to work at home. I like to work at home. So I like to get away from the office, because I feel like if I'm there, I kind of belong to everybody. And if they want to knock on the door and whatever, that it's hard for me to get away from it. So I'll study at home in the morning and famously drop in 2 minutes before my class. And then bam, I'm out again, and can you do this? Can I talk to you after rehearsal? No, I'm sorry, I have to go home. I have to go home. 1, I got to take care of the dog. And 2, I got to get home so I can hurry up and work out and hurry up and have dinner, and then I'm going to study. Because I have to get these things done. And I think all of us have to experiment a little bit and find our way to maintain a balance of, you know, being who we are and doing what we need to do to feel good about how we're doing. And understand that everybody pays. Everybody pays something. It's not easy for anybody. Everybody pays a price. And maybe the price is, you know, maybe the price for you is, you know, I just don't want to work. I can't work that hard and maintain my family. Well, then you have to make the choice, and no one's going to judge you for it except to say, good for you. Way to know yourself and to know your situation, and say, I'm not going to sacrifice this. But everybody pays somewhere.
I do like to study at home.
Just when nobody's there.
And when was
I have
that?
to wait for people to go.
For those of you, I guess this is not just a question for you guys, but also for those of you who are teachers, especially middle school teachers. How do you find ways to sort of keep yourself intellectually stimulated in music? I had a hard time with that this year because I had a very young group in a new school, and I spent all my day working with these grade 2 pieces of music, and I tried to approach them very diligently, just as if I was conducting something, really, really tough. But it felt like there was only so much I could get. And I didn't have a chance to conduct or perform that much in it when we got on something. So what are some things you guys do to keep yourselves on top of your games?
I bring in this.
Okay.
I think feels cool. I bring in people that I know are very, very good. I'm very fortunate to have a person who is an extremely fantastic Texas band director that lives 300 yards away from my middle school. He's retired now, and so I bring him into my middle school and have him clinic, because what he hears when he stands in front of my group is not what I hear, and if I had his ears, what I'm saying, if I heard what he heard and had the solutions that he had, what I'm saying, I would be a much better teacher. So I gravitate toward, trying to hold myself in his seat.
Yeah, I do that as well.
Roger, before kids, I took private lessons. I love one of the gals that plays in our local symphony, and she was $50 a pop, so it was like once a month. But I took private lessons, and that really filled a big space for me, because I was working with some other brothers. And if you can if there's any kind of a local group that's a decent quality group that you can actually perform in.
Well, I do love it.
That's the only thing that's going to fill that kind of drought. Like you've married,
I went to a lot of concerts too when I was teaching middle school. Sometimes, Fort Huron's not really close to anything, but
Right.
I'd go over to Canada and listen to some of the local symphonies there. And sometimes I'd drive down here and grab a one ensemble concert in Ann Arbor or something.
I try to bring my kids to those too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.